First up tonight, we're following breaking news. The Oregon Supreme Court is now putting a halt on a Baker County judge's ruling that said Oregon's stay-at-home orders were null and void.
That latest order coming down just a few hours ago. This is how it all started. A group of churches had filed a lawsuit against the governor saying the COVID-19 restrictions violated their rights. The judge found the governor did not re-up her order with legislative approval. But then late this evening, we learned that a stay had been granted until the state Supreme Court can take a look at everything here.
So what exactly comes next? Our Fox 12's John Hendricks is joining us now live with that part of the story. John?
It has been a little bit of a whirlwind of a day. Those stay-at-home orders were on the books, then off the books, and then back on the books. The Supreme Court saying tonight in a statement that there is no timeline for a decision once they take up this case.
It is a ruling that has rippled across the state of Oregon. Baker County Judge Matthew Shirtcliffe saying Oregon Governor Kate Brown's coronavirus restrictions, including her Stay Home, Save Lives order, have expired.
The language of that statute is precise, and the judge recognized and agreed with our argument that that 28-day time limit applies.
Attorney Kevin Mannix says without convening the legislature and voting on the order, the governor didn't have the power to extend that time. The judge agreed.
It knocks out all of her stay-at-home orders essentially immediately.
That was unless the state Supreme Court issued a stay, which the Oregon Attorney General's office requested, and it was granted. Associate Professor of Political Science Rory Solberg says it's important to note what Monday's ruling means.
This violates my rights, or the governor doesn't have this power. Any governor can't tell us X, Y, or Z. And that's not at all what's being said here. And I think that's really important and shouldn't get lost.
Now, according to today's ruling, the governor has the power under two state laws and the state constitution to issue these stay-at-home orders. There is the public health emergency law, which can be issued for 14 days and re-upped by the governor for another 14. But after that, the legislature must approve. This is the state law the court says the governor's order falls under. The second law is the state of emergency, which the governor says her orders fall under, but it must meet certain requirements. And finally, the state constitution gives the governor power for catastrophic events, but that is only for 30 days. It can be upped for another 30, but after that, lawmakers have to vote.
So the sole question is, under which section were they issued, and is it one of the ones that has a time limit where she then needs additional support to continue it?
Now it will be up to the state Supreme Court to figure out if the lower court got it right, or if it will side with the governor's office.
Oregon Governor Kate Brown did issue a statement tonight saying, in part, following swift action by the Oregon Supreme Court, my emergency orders to protect the health and safety of Oregonians will remain in effect statewide while the court hears arguments in this lawsuit. She went on to say there are no shortcuts for us to return to life as it was before this pandemic. Moving too quickly could return Oregon to the early days of this crisis when we braced ourselves for hospitals to be overfilled with ventilators in short supply. Again, there is no time limit on when the state Supreme Court will take up this case. Both sides have until Friday to respond to that stay. Reporting live tonight, John Hendricks, Fox 12 Oregon.